All right, my full review of Telegrama coming up. Hey Fragrance family, I'm David, I'm a fragrance bro, of course your best source for everything fragrance related. Today I have a video that is just hot off the presses on this new fragrance that is Telegrama by Imaginary Authors. Now, I did kind of an unboxing first impressions of that, maybe you've watched that, and I wanted to go ahead and wear this for a few days and see what I thought and give kind of my full review of this. So let's get straight to it. Date introduced is this year, 2019, as of this recording. It's classified as a fougere. Notes in it are pretty easy, they're on the back here. Talc, lavender absolute, black pepper, teak, amyris, vanilla powder, and fresh linens. Longevity and projection on this was not great. That's one thing that I am a little upset about here. Longevity on me was about 4 hours tops on this. Projection on it was on the average to poor side. Didn't push out very far. Season, I think this is a great Vivaldi fragrance, which means all 4 seasons. We've used that phrase on the channel before. Vivaldi, of course, was the composer who wrote All 4 Seasons, classical piece. This has a very wearable smell that I think you can use almost any time of year and almost any purpose. And so that brings me to purpose. Purpose, I think this is great as a casual fragrance, great as a work fragrance, and I think maybe great as a formal fragrance. I'm not sold on it being a date fragrance, but possibly. Now, this fragrance was inspired by the 60s and of fragrances in the 60s, and also kind of jet-setting days, JFK, and the classic airlines of the 60s, of that era. As far as the way that it smells, I'm not exactly sure if I get that reference. I don't know if I get the 60s reference in fragrances. I haven't smelled, truthfully, that many fragrances from the 60s. But to me, this smells a lot more modern than it does classic. And I don't really get a lot of the notes in here either. I don't really get the talc. I don't really get the fresh linens at all. I know that's an imaginary note, but it doesn't really smell clean to me. I'm not really sure if I get the amyris, and I don't get much pepper at all either. I get lavender for sure, and I do get vanilla powder, a lot of vanilla powder. But to me, I'm a little bit conflicted on this fragrance, to be honest. I'm a big fanboy of Imaginary Authors. I love all their fragrances. I think they have a really interesting design aesthetic, and I like a lot of their line. I thought this was gonna be a big hit. Whenever I heard the notes and then I heard the theme behind it, I was all aboard the Telegrama airplane there. And when I smelled it the first time, I did like it. The more I wear it though, the more I'm really conflicted about it. And I'll tell you why. To me, this does not smell like a classic old school fragrance. It smells more like a kind of modern fragrance. In the early 2000s, late 1990s, there came this kind of fragrance like Rochas Man and Lolita Masculine fragrance that was kind of a very sweet, masculine, fougere, oriental style of fragrance that had lavender and sugar. Sugar being kind of the notable accord that was in a lot of those. I think they were kind of taking cues from Angel and Amen of that time, and they were a little late to the party, but they had that kind of sugary type of thing. And I'd also add maybe Black Sugar by Aquilina in there as well. So this is very sweet, and I was not expecting that. I was not expecting a very sugary type of fragrance. That is the overwhelming note that I get from this. But the sugary aspect to me has a little bit of less of a masculine power than I was expecting. I was expecting kind of a punchy, old school masculine scent, and I didn't get that. It's a little bit more wimpy than I was expecting, honestly. And I hate to say that, but it's true. One of the things that I really get out of this is black licorice. And I love black licorice, so I definitely know what that smells and tastes like. Sometimes lavender can kind of connote a black licorice type of smell and feel, and so in a lot of ways, I get more of the kind of Lolita Lampica Eau Masculine type of thing, or Aquilina Black Sugar, and because of the sugariness in here, I get a lot of Rochas Man and that type of fragrance, that style of kind of early 2000s, late 1990s type of scent. Now, I will say that this is better than those, so in a lot of ways it's kind of a niche upgrade, but that said, it's still that type of scent to me. I thought I was going to get kind of a masculine barbershop, old school type of thing with some woods in there. I don't get that though. It's really just kind of a sugary black licorice candy type of thing, which I like that too, but it's not what I was expecting at all. I like the smell. I think it's wearable, but I don't love it. I think it's okay. I'm not exactly sold on the idea of having this type of fragrance being a very short-lasting, very mild, very close to the skin type of sugary type of scent. It's very wearable, it's very likable, I think, and you can wear it in a lot of different occasions and seasons. I think people will generally like it. It's not offensive at all. I think you'll get some use out of it. I just don't necessarily think it has a place in some people's wardrobe. And if you're looking for that kind of ballsy masculine scent, I don't think you're going to find it in Telegrama, unfortunately. I'm pretty upset about this review. I was hoping that I was going to say this is a knockout fragrance. It is a very gutsy fragrance. It definitely harkens back to old school classic days, but it's modern, but it's not. I think it's done well, and I think it's very wearable, but it's derivative, and I don't necessarily think that it's something that I would recommend to a lot of people. It's something that is easy to try though, and that's one thing that I will definitely say to go do. Definitely go try it from Imaginary Author's website. You can buy samples easily and very cheaply, so go and check it out for yourself. So it's definitely not for me, unfortunately, and I'm a little bit bummed about that, but on the bright side, it's still a very wearable, easy to use fragrance, and I like it for that at least. And I love black licorice too, so hey, black licorice fragrance all day. But I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let me know what you think of Telegrama. Do you like it, love it, hate it? Let me know. I'd love to hear what you think of this fragrance. So that's all I have. Thank you again for watching. What do you think? I'd love to hear your thoughts. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on your way out. I love you for it. I'll see you next time. I'm Dave at the Fragrance Bros.